Okay, so hi class. This is our team. It is conformed by Oscar, Melannie, and I. We're going to present the subject of climate change. So, what's climate change? Well, it's happening right now and produces a high increase of temperature that generates different problems like the rising of the sea level, droughts, rising water, thinning the poles, and much more. As the saying goes, we must use time as a tool, not as a couch. And fortunately, we're on time. We are in critical condition to start acting and making a change. But how can we make this change? There are five simple steps that could help us to stop the climate change. There are many causes of climate change, but we need to focus on the reality important thing, how to stop it. The use of the 5R are the causes we need to stop this reality transcendental problem and all the bad consequences come with it. The effect of these phenomenon are the increase of natural disasters and mortality rate, degradation of air around the world, extinction of even more species, and sea level rise, etc. Their five R's could have a very positive effect on the climate change if the population changed their customs. Together, we can make a big difference and contribute to solve this problem and all the consequences that are attached to it. The first way is to reduce the stuff that we use because in some many ways people use more than they need. Like when ordering food, we usually order more food than we eat, and maybe that could be because the size of the order is too big. But also there's the option of sharing our food with someone that could help us to reduce our amount of food that contributes to the ecological footprint.
Well, in everyday life, you can see this option as a way to eliminate a large amount of waste that's generated, since we will contribute the exact distribution of each person needs. As the saying goes, no more, no less. Even if this is seen from an economic perspective, it is beneficial to us because once we identify those products that are not necessary to acquire, an amount of money will be saved and that could be invested in something else or beneficial. Well, the second way it's refusing all things that are not necessary. Changing our customs and having this habit could not only have a good impact on nature, also in our own economy. By buying only the things are necessary to help us to spend less on products are not essential and probably we're gonna use very few times. Reusing means giving another function to a thing which was made with a different purpose. By doing this, you avoid buying new stuff and help the environment at the same time. By repurposing, you can completely transform an object with one use value to another thing. An example of using this art could be decorating your house in a unique and particular way with articles you don't use or are in a deficient conditions. Finally, we have recycling. Probably one of the most important strategies and the most common one used in the industry, where organic waste can be turned into compost and other materials as plastic, glass, paper, metals can be recycled by a specific process for each thing. In general, all the 5R strategies help us to organic waste more efficiently, helping to decrease the waste generated in your house, contributing that way to decrease the number of greenhouse gases emitted to the environment product of our own consume.
We believe it is essential that there is a little more humanity in people in order to avoid negative changes in the physical, biological, and human systems. At the moment of acquiring more humanity, we contribute to having the initiative to inform, help, and initiate actions for us citizens. Changing our habits is another effect. Day by day, we can reduce our impact on the world and bring improvement. However, it is important being aware that climate change cannot be avoided, but we can reduce its effects, adapting to large scale measures that help stop it. Beyond everything, we have mentioned the use of the 5 R's and the fundamental role that they acquire in the world. It is time to put them into practice. The effects they will bring to ecosystems are positive. They will help to reduce garbage and impact on the world. Today, people live in a world of self centeredness. We prefer to see only for the good of us, forgetting that it's not just us, if not all. Many times, people do not have the necessary resources to survive. That is why climate change does generate changes in the people's health. It is time to act. The shortage of resources, drugs, among other symptoms of climate change, have affected people. Disease increase, respiratory as well as cardiac, and it is a reality, especially in big cities. In order to counteract these effects, it is necessary to acquire healthy habits for our lives. We want to do our bit to contribute positively to all ecosystems and see for the good of our health. The earth asked us for change. We must act now and collectively, or else the effect that this will bring to the next generation will be negative. Not only inform yourself, invite other people to be part of a new change. The world will thank us and bring positive consequence, avoiding more losses.
Thank you for your attention and see you next time.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Ya córtenle. Ya.